this morning in healing session. This is one of my favorite things I do because I feel like there is so much power in the collective consciousness. I feel like the people that find this, the people that arrive, the people that get connected to this, we're all in this experience, whether we're here live or whether you find this again down the road. I feel like there's this extra power and intention, and it feels great. I want to say thank you to my friends who have really come out of the woodwork to say hello and check in and make sure I'm out of bed and encourage me to just stay in bed if I could stay in bed all day, to get through, my own personal process of, where I'm at with my personal growth and what has recently come up for me. And it feels great. So I hope that I continue to hear from everyone. And I look forward to everything that comes that is beautiful and wonderful. And speaking of beautiful and wonderful, our group healing session is going to be focused on removing what's in the way of self-value. And the theme overall for this month, for what my attention has for my personal growth journey, is the concept of being the change. And we have a really great Let's Talk Tuesday from last week, a few weeks ago, last week, it's from last week, talking about that concept of like the incremental growth versus just getting, over there on the other side and truly asking for what it is we want. And it's sometimes a journey in figuring out the words that we need, the feeling that we're looking for, wherever you're at, acknowledging that, we're on our way. It's part of a journey. It's part of an experience. And the more self-value we have, the more aligned we can be to the point A and point B. This is where I'm at. This is where I want to go. And then recognizing, oh, this is where I want to go, or this is where I want to go. And that's okay. The more self-value we have, the stronger our voice can be. Uh-oh. I just lost my YouTube live stream. Let's see. Let me see. Oh, okay, good. I don't know why that just happened. That was very strange. Okay. The stronger our voice, the more our self-value is, our self-worth, our self-love, they're all tied in together into that magic recipe of how I value myself, my needs, my opinions, you name it. It's all tied in together. And today we're going to clear what is in the way of connecting to self-value. So I'm going to say my prayer to start. We have this is basically like a sample version of the restorative healing that I offer. And each of those sessions, I begin with a prayer. It sounds a lot like this. I'm offering gratitude and love for the impending success that we're about to have, working to connect to what is in the way of my connection to self-value. Any debris, baggage, trauma, memories, beliefs that are in the way of the flow of this into my life, into my experiences, and out into the relationships that I'm involved in. Work relationships, financial relationships, career relationships. Self-value is a huge piece in all that we are connected to. So we're setting the bar. Our self-value sets the bar for quality, for what our standard is. This is what I deserve. And that self-value also creates the voice. It creates the vibe, what we're attracting. We're going to do the simple version of this, where I'm only using, we're going to be connecting to those emotions or whatever clairvoyant thoughts come to my mind. I am having a pull too. I wish that I could change my tabs and things and pull up my full system, but we're going to go with what we have here. And we have, we're going to start with an emotion. This isn't lack of control. What a wonderful one to come up, lack of control. We have, this is the spleen in the stomach in Chinese medicine. So the spleen, that organ, the stomach, that organ, they work together as the yin and the yang. They create a flow of certain emotions. They resonate with the same vibration of certain emotions. And one of them is a sense of lack of control. And I think we have this thought that the opposite of that is control. And the opposite of, and control is that number one thing that I always talk about for what feeds anxiety is trying to control something that we cannot control, something that's out of our realm. We can only control us. We can only control how we react and respond to our environment. We can control our environment. We need self-value to do that, though. So the opposite of control, I'm going to invite that out there for you for a little bit of homework to explore that. My first thought is the opposite of control is confidence. We're here in this theme of self-value. If we have high self-value, high self-love, high self-worth, self-honoring systems, we're aware of what we can control because we have that threshold, the bar set very high. Controlling the people in our life, controlling our environments, controlling how people interact with us. So this lack of control, it also ties in a lot with the blog for this month about the difference between barriers and boundaries when we're setting up our own personal space. And lack of control can offer up this panic of setting up a barrier, which invests a lot of our energy to maintain that barrier because it's a temporary way of controlling chaos. It shows us that we need a boundary or a threshold or some self-value in this area. So we're going to take a moment and just notice where this is in the body. And as I'm talking, my shoulders are like crack, crack, crack. So I want you to take a moment and notice where this might be in your body. Is there an area that has your attention? Even just the right side of the body or the belly in general, a hip, a knee, a finger. It could be anywhere. And we're going to remove this. I'm very conscious about the words I use when I talk about releasing these trapped emotions. I'm very particular about what I call them as well. Sometimes it's just the emotion of whatever, or a resonance, or a whatever word in front of the emotion. And I'm also very particular about whether we're clearing it, releasing it, removing it, balancing it. Those words have a different intention, and I like to be as specific as possible. And we're removing this trapped emotion of lack of control. Setting my intention, using that governing vessel to send that intention to all those places, or the one place that this needs to go, so we can release this. We can remove this. We can clear this, and we can offer an alternative. So whenever I remove something that shows up in the root chakra, or a limiting belief, I like to replace it with something more solid, more positive, more uplifting. And that homework that you have for finding the opposite of lack of control, that's where this comes in. And saying, we're going to have a goal of 100 times. So you can say it 5 times, 20 times a day, or you can say it 20 times, 5 times a day, or 10 times, 10 times today. And moving forward, you can say it more than that, 100 times in the morning, 100 times at night. I feel confident. I believe in my confidence. I'm growing my self-value every moment of today, including right now. And we set an intention. We can hold our heart. We could tap the top of our head, connecting us with that crown chakra to our higher power, stimulating the brain, stimulating the blood flow of that circle of Willis, that anatomy up there. Finding a spot on the top of the head that might be a little sore, tap there and say that intention, say that affirmation, and notice that you believe it a little more each time. What feels different? What feels lighter? What has been let go? What do you have room for now to embrace that thought, that affirmation, just a little bit more? And you find those words that feel the best to you, write them down on the sticky note, post them all the places that you can post them. Do what you need to do to get that intention in there, to replace that belief system, to reorganize that thought of that lack of control. And my back just cracked. This work, I feel like we're all here to receive this thing that shows up. And it's interesting to think of the things that show up when I'm working with clients. And I can't help but imagine if I'm working with someone else, or that person is working with somebody else, the things that come up, because I feel like it is all connected, and I feel like it is this. We come together because I'm healing this area, or there's something else in my life that needs to heal in this area, or there's several clients in a row that have the same area to heal, where we're adding to that intention, we're adding to that growth, we're adding to that betterment and those feelings. Okay, so all of that came from the one emotion of lack of control. And that was a lot. So I hope you find those words if you need words, if you need help finding those words, if you need more help releasing that, whatever's in the way of that self-value. That's the perfect tool is the 25 years of experience that come together with restorative healing and connecting to that subconscious mind and finding it out, just directly asking what's going on and clearing that, removing it, creating a better vibe for health and happiness and self-value. All right. Thank you so much for being here. I hope you have a beautiful day, and I will talk to you again very soon. Time to end these. Let's see.